I want to see that as my goal for this. I'm still going to continue to put this out in the universe. I want this game to come back. I don't know how it happens, but I'm going to continue pushing it. Hey, I'm Andrew. Drew Surplus on eBay. Drew Surplus on YouTube. Filling in orders. Welcome back to the den. The man cave can be a bedroom, not just a garage. Hey, I'm here to talk about Star Wars CCG and really just buying and selling on eBay. I had my first video. I'm not sure if any of y'all are really familiar with the scene in Ace Ventura: Pet Detective.
That's incredible! It's gonna be some kind of a record!
That's pretty much how I felt about my first video. I would have never guessed in a million years that the first video I do on YouTube would garner 22 views and like 3 comments. They commented about the game losing license. And I think pretty well anybody, of course, you know, back in 2001, I was a junior in high school and I'd quit collecting altogether. You know, would come to understand that yes, the Star Wars CCG is not pretty anymore because they've lost their license. And that was a deal with Lucasfilm, I'm sure, and you know, all of that's changed. All things changed. You know, Disney buying out, you know, when that was announced in 2012, I was a police officer at the time, and it was on Drudge Report. That was when I saw the headline, and I was actually very excited about it because this meant that they could go anywhere with this thing. And I do recall finding out, you know, it was anything that was printed after Return of the Jedi was no longer canon. They weren't going to follow that. It was no longer a part of the storyline. It wasn't canon. They were going to take this thing and they were going to go with it. And I know there are plenty of criticism or praise for the sequels to, of course, Return of the Jedi. But you have to really think all the content's come out just since, you know, Lucasfilm sold to Disney. I mean, and I'd already lost count because I was sitting trying to think about all this before I should do this
video. But apart from, you know, 7, 8, 9, they had the Solo movie, they had Rogue One, then you've got the streaming, you've got Mandalorian, you've got, Kenobi. You have all this Star Wars content that would be plenty of material for new Star Wars CCG, man. I would think that content is there. It's just the demand. So there's a person that left a comment on my first video, which, you know, hey, yes, I understand I lost the license, but I want to put you like this way. Think about this.
A car manufacturer, okay, they're not going to produce a vehicle that there's no demand for. They're not going to manufacture a product that nobody's going to buy. Yes, I believe Star Wars CCG could come back to life. I'm going to put it out there in the universe. I don't know how this would happen, but I would love to see that happen. Plenty of content. But there has to be demand. There has to be money. Thank you, Mr. Ledger, CTC, business instructor, who ingrained that in us. Lifeblood of a small business is cash flow, and if there's no demand and no money in it, nobody is going to want to pick up that license. Say, even if there was a license today for Star Wars CCG, bring the game back to print. Bring it back. If there was a license today, would there be demand for someone to invest that money to put this game out there back in print? And I want to see the demand grow. That's why I'm doing this. I'm doing this because for the love of the game, for the love of collecting this stuff. I want to see it come back. I believe it's possible. I'm gonna be the advocate for it. Rally the troops. There's nothing more nerddom than, you know, wait, let me see. There's nothing more nerdy than being down and nerdy.
I know that's goofy as hell. This really is the tears of my staff.
No, I don't do this for a living. I have my own business. I have been in business for myself for 20 years. I promised I'd talk about this later, but really, the Star Wars CCG. Anyway, if there was a license for this thing right now, someone could put this in print. Would it be? Would they be putting money into printing and doing all this stuff? And that's, I don't know. I would like that to happen, but you know, here real recently, within the last 6 months or a year, I got to meet up with some other Star Wars CCG players, and somebody had paid somebody to print some bootleg cards, basically, because that's what they were. They were beautiful cards. I mean, they were freaking, they looked like the real thing. They looked, and everything about it, they looked exactly like a card. The only thing it was missing was the copyright, all that stuff down there. That was it. They were beautiful cards, and we played them, and it was really great. And I didn't have enough time because life's busy. You got kids and family and business. But I just have a hard time believing that there isn't a demand out there. To what extent, I don't know. But if you are into the Star Wars CCG, I know I've had several people who've been buying cards from me. It's been great. And I see if they're selling too. They're not. Some of them are. If you're thinking about buying and selling cards, I would highly recommend, for motivational purposes, getting you a freaking map. So if you're selling Star Wars CCG, if you're doing this, get you a map, track your progress, see where your clientele is, see where the demand is. That's what I'm doing this for, is the demand, getting a message. Sorry for that. If you are needing singles, that's what I decided to focus on. Check me out, Drew Surplus on eBay. And of course, tune in. I'm going to do more videos. I want to continue to talk about this and push this. I believe there is demand. I believe there is a market. I believe there is a possibility for a new license, Decipher, whatever. It doesn't matter. But if they license, they buy the game working of this, the mechanics of it, as someone left a comment, would there be people out there wanting to purchase it? Raise your hand, please. Okay, so absolutely continue to check this out. And all right, you take it easy.